Yeah. Well, why he had to roll his eyes like a baddie?
Bad shit. I'm a baddie, you
I
know.
roll my eyes like,
Okay,
oh
bad bitch,
boy.
Matt. Okay, I see you. You are in your bad bitch
See the
area.
see the arms, you know. I'm feeling like I'm fresh out, bro. Not on some Diddy shit though.
What?
Definitely not on some Diddy
Fresh?
shit.
What? Fresh out the salon? Like, what's up? Like,
No, the part in
Nah,
the
I gotta get a
Diddy
haircut.
documentary that got me fucked up was he kept going like this.
yeah, yo, right? Like, why is he?
Like it was playing on loop in my mind. And all I see is this, and like it keeps me up.
Oh, you talking about when he was recording the Love album?
Yeah, he was like this. The whole like in this 50 made sure like the producers made sure they played that clip twice. So it's
Yeah,
like it's all I could like. That's all that's been in my mind.
it's very concerned. It's very concerning.
Came here to say who won it from the jump. Came here to say get exactly what you want. Came here to say that you don't really want it with us. Yeah, we live, you know. We came here to say that you don't really want it with us. Yeah, the sports show.
Take two. Welcome back to episode 188, 189, possibly 200 of the Your Sports Show. I'm your host, the Wise Brother Big Baby, aka the soul of R&B. At the bottom of the pyramid, we have BK Matt.
AKA Bobby Brown, AKA the Hood Johnny Lovely. What's going on, y'all?
Can you
Now
explain that?
y'all know if we were really New Edition, you would not be Bobby Brown.
Tell them that. I've been trying to tell them that for the longest.
We was really if we were really New Edition, okay.
I'm not that problematic.
I don't know, man. He might be
I'm not
Bobby.
that problem. I'm not
I
that
don't
problematic.
know. Nah,
I'm
you're
not
not
that
Bobby
problematic.
Brown, Bob. You're not Bobby Brown, Pop. You no. Who
I
they
ain't
said you
Ralph.
was?
I'm Mike Bivens. I'm Mike Bivens.
All right.
That's definitely him. Man. You can't escape.
Can't shake that.
All right, I'll give
Like
you
you
that.
can't shake that at all.
Who would you be, Tay?
I'd be Bobby Brown. I'm way more problematic than Matt is. Way more.
I feel like I'm
Absolutely.
easy to work with. I don't understand why.
Matt constantly talks about slapping the shit out of people, though.
As
That's
do I.
different. That's different.
But
It's
the
because of how I
difference
was
between
brought
Matt
up.
and myself
Mm-hmm.
is that you never know when it's gonna happen with me. Cause I'll be so calm,
Me too.
and next thing you know,
Yeah. Wait. Whoa. Wow. But, I wasn't ready for that one.
I have my
606.
pepper spray at my table.
I don't use that.
You
For
I
never
got
what?
a
Now
master lock.
how? Well, yeah.
I
you
got a
never
master lock.
know. You never know.
You
I
never
I
definitely
live
know.
got a
among
master lock.
I live amongst this is like dog one.
Oh
My
gosh, they're gonna be
niece.
over here.
She's sleeping. She's not feeling well.
Yeah, the
I
weather
hate when
changes
she's
hitting
sick.
everybody.
Yeah, I hate when she's sick because my baby, she'll sleep all day. I feel so bad. I went to check on her a few minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I let her stay home and all that hot shit. You know, so she was happy.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold you. That was the best part of being said. I would sleep great.
Not me.
like I'll wake up and I'll feel fine afterwards. Like, just of course lightheaded and like wobbly a little bit, but other than that, like refreshed, like a whole reset.
No, my
Wow.
daughter don't get sick that often. So for her, like you see me, I have the immune system of well, I'm a cancer survivor, so my immune system it hits a little different. So when I
Mm-hmm.
get sick, I get sick. When she gets sick, she'll be down for a day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
ain't gonna hold you. This last cold, I think
Naturally,
I was out for 2 weeks.
no. One time I had like everybody. I don't know what y'all beliefs are about these vaccines and flu shots. I don't care, but be vigilant because one time I'm not gonna hold you. I had COVID one time during the pandemic. One time after I was so immature. I got it 2 years after the pandemic. Actually going into 3 years. The first time I ever got COVID. Who gets COVID in 2022? This girl did. And I was only sick for like a half a day.
I got COVID.
RSV.
Mm-hmm.
My mother had to make me some concoction of something because I thought it was lights out for your girl. I couldn't breathe. My head was pounding. I thought, and then I was with an irresponsible person. She and I were driving together, and she knew she was sick with RSV and did not tell me. And at the time, I had just recovered from the second part of my cancer recovery. And this was like 6 weeks later. And now this is like my first week, out of the house. And her and I are in the car for 3 hours. She knew she was sick and she knew she was putting my life in danger and didn't even tell me to my face that she had RSV. I had to find out from somebody else. And I was so bad.
You should that's grounds for an ass whooping. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's grounds for an ass whooping. To my right, we have the Ice Queen herself, Air Infinity, aka 100K Tay, Queen Tay. What's going on?
What's up, yo? What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hi, Nisi. How you doing, beautiful girl?
One of the other co-stars of the show, Matt over there, apparently. Yes. Oh, the other one. Yep. We say
Hi, beautiful.
Mhm.
You got so big.
Yo, man, I literally, like I said, remember walking with Matt's kids, holding them both at one point in time. Now they probably running down a block before I can get down the block to them. And then Marianne, like we talked about before, your daughter watching them in the studio.
At the studio.
Insane.
Crazy. My daughter was 11 when we started this show, and she's 17. She was
2009.
11, 19. Yeah, she was 11.
2019, sorry. I was say
Yeah,
2009, damn. 2019. So that means this year, on the 20th of this month, it will be the 6 year anniversary of the show,
absolutely.
of the first episode that we recorded in the studio at Gotham Studios. Really good
I
times when we
remember.
first started.
Yeah. I remember we were sitting there. I watched that episode back recently because we've been kind
Hmm.
of like doing a few like look backs at, how
Hmm.
far we've gone and how far we've come and everything like that. And just looking
What?
at where we were then and where we are now is crazy.
Yeah,
Later.
it
Guys, close the door.
like when you think back to when we first started, and the energy around it, and just trying to piece it together. Like, I remember coming in every time in the studio, I was handing y'all pieces of paper to run down.
Yeah, but you know what I realized too? We were so much like back in the first like 6 months of the show, we were really stat heavy with how we reported sports. And it really made me think about just how we let the facts get in the way of a good story and move completely away from the facts. I mean, Peter is the only one that's on the I really did scratch myself. Peter is the only one that's really like, well, he had 5 RBIs and stuff like that, but nobody else. Like we were like, yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, no, that's not what we want to hear. He's still trash.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. F that.
after that, we don't want to.
And then you know what? Another thing I want to say.
Oh my god.
I saw all the little comments I was making about my Shador Sanders take. Dre, get out
Mm.
the censor button.
Oh,
It's
shit.
11:58. To all y'all ass getting online, calling me lady, and making this. I don't know what the I'm talking about. You could kiss my black the long way and suck my because nobody gonna go online and make it seem like I don't know what the I'm talking about. I don't care. You could kiss my ass the long and strong way. How about that? When
What
you
are you
address the queen,
doing?
you call her the queen. Lady, I don't know what you're talking about, lady. And blah, blah, blah. You lucky I didn't address you online because I have more class than that. So I use my platform to let you know when you address the queen, you address her as such. Oh, the lady, she don't know what she's talking about. Kiss my black ass, period.
Yes.
Now back to our regularly scheduled programming.
You really going? How were you
Yep.
going?
Yep.
Oh my!
Mm-hmm.
You know, at first I used to be the editing problem. How did this graduate to it now being you? Huh? It's not me no more. You need a disclaimer for her. She's
No,
yeah.
her disclaimer is Dre get the censor button.
Because I don't want to offend my corporate connects. Okay. So at least I had the air to say how I felt. And with all due disrespect, like, you know
Not
what
the
it is too? What kills me about people who make comments online? I know I record a podcast that maybe 10 people watch religiously. Shout outs to all you guys, the 10 to 15 viewers. Shout outs to y'all, right?
Shout out to y'all.
But it'd be the 15th and 16th one that sit there with a emoji as their screen name, as their faces, or some anime Japanimation figure as their faces talking about, lady, you don't know what you're talking about. It was like a 10-second clip. You didn't even understand what I was trying to say. Yes, Shador has to face a different level of challenges. That is a fact. Okay? Now, next time you want to get online and talk about something that you'll never be able to do ever in your life, okay? Make sure you address me correctly. Fuck out of here.
what was
Please.
the take?
It
I don't
wasn't.
even. I just look. I know because that's why I asked Dre how was that. He's like, "Yo, mad people watch." I'm like, "Okay, great." What was the comments like? He said a debate. I'm like, "Huh? Let me go on and see what this debate was about."
They were trying to debate. I'm just like, all right, well, she
What
gonna
is
see
he in
them.
the what was the take? I'm lost.
So basically,
Look, lady, I don't know where you're coming from with all this. He got to make a name for himself. He's already making a name for himself, and he's not pulling on his daddy's coattail. I was not, I was
that's not what you
defending,
said.
I was defending Shador Sanders. I was not saying that he's riding his father's coattails. Most of the people, about 45% of the people who watch football today, wasn't even alive when Deion Sanders played football. So why would I say a lot of them know him as a reality star. Let's be real here. A lot of people don't
Dion wasn't
understand
a quarterback.
what it was to watch Deion Sanders live and watch it after he won that Super Bowl, put out that phenomenally horrible song, Must Be the Money. People
Must
don't
Yeah, it
be the
was.
understand,
money.
right? But
Please
it's
don't
like
don't don't go back.
don't make it seem like I'm trying to make it worse for Shador. We spent an entire episode, almost 45 minutes, when we said we were gonna do just 20. Okay, and we spent the entire time. The queen was exhausted. I had just worked the day. I'm tired of working so much. I'm ready for my soft life. Okay, and I got on and I defended Shador. I'm ready for my soft life. Okay, but next time you want to get on and call me lady, it's queen to you.
Bitch. I knew it was coming. I knew it was
You
pause. I
needed
knew it
you
was
needed the bitch at the end. That was
yeah, it had to be there.
it had to be there.
You good?
You
You
good
good?
now?
Look, lady, I don't know what lady. Imagine, lady. Don't agree. Don't agree. His not. Don't agree. Don't agree.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're gonna compare them to the Mannings? Are you serious? Like the path to greatness.
Right. We didn't like
We
that was
had
the one
nothing.
thing that killed me. I was when he said that, I'm just like,
Where did you get that?
where
The
did you
clip
get
was
that
what?
from? Like the Mannings had their own situations, but it was
They were all
nothing like
quarterbacks. They were all quarterbacks.
not. It's not
Yeah,
even
Dion
but
about
wasn't a
position.
quarterback.
you mean to
It's not
tell
even about.
me that there's no nepotism when it comes to the Mannings?
Of course it
If you
is.
tell me that there's no
100%.
nepotism when it comes to the Mannings, I have a bridge to sell you in Staten Island, okay? Because at the end of the day, right? All the you see, I'm angry now because all the backlash Shador Sanders got during the draft, right? And people were sitting there all saying bop 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 bop. We stood by Shador the
Yeah.
entire time. You get what I'm saying?
Because
And then
they
now
fucked him.
he's
They
showing
100% fucked him. And now he's fucking them.
absolutely,
And now he's fucking them because it clearly shows how
absolutely.
stupid Cleveland is looking.
They look
Boy had them
dumb.
in boy had them in the game the whole game, and then you want to sit him out
Exactly. I
for the
mean,
game winning. Yo, you're and now y'all want
bugging,
to QB1 him. Fuck out of here.
bugging. bugging.
Yeah,
After
fuck
all
out of
that,
here.
get out of here. Get out of here. And then at the end of the day, the thing is, I was listening to some episodes and we were talking about the nepotism thing, the nepotism. If I have a child, right, and I'm in a position of power in any way, shape, or form, knowing for a lot of us, right, the path to greatness is filled with obstacles and a lot of things that other communities do not go with and do not have to face,
Hmm.
especially during this time. So if I like the
Especially
same
for
thing
black
with
people.
Ron and Bronny, the same thing with these people, if I have an advantage to help my child, I'm gonna take it. That's what parents do. It's no different than these Wall Street motherfuckers who keep the generational money in their family, and it's the 1% controlling the 99%. Anyway, kiss my. Let's go.
The long way.
The long way.
The long way.
The
Can't forget that, the long way. So, where do we go from here, y'all? Actually, we're
long
gonna stay on football. We'll stay on football because we have three good games this week that are really pivotal to the NFL playoffs.
Yes.
And we are talking about the Lions versus the Rams, Buffalo versus New England, Green Bay versus Denver. There's one more game in there that's very important as well, and that's the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. If the Bengals do not win today, they're eliminated from the playoffs. I mean, do not win, they're eliminated from the playoffs. Joe Burrow has gotten a shitty shape this year between injuries and the team just not being that good. Um, Lamar Jackson and them just have not looked good at all, like the other kind of previous world beater teams that we talked about last week. But who do y'all have in that one? We'll start with that one.
Mm-mm. I don't want no parts. No parts. The fact that the Patriots are even the fucking contender and they're looking like they're looking as good as
We're
they.
talking about the Ravens
I know.
and the Bengals.
What I'm saying is the fact that the
Who do
Patriots are
you
even.
have out of?
I
Hold on.
look. I
Who
don't
do you?
know.
Let's stay on topic.
I don't
Who do you
know. I
have out of
don't
the
know.
Ravens and the
Look, I
Bengals?
can't call
You
none of
can't
this
make
shit
a
no
choice.
more. I can't call. Stop. No. No. Mm-mm. I'm not doing it.
I have the Ravens.
I'm sick of the Ravens too.
It's gonna be close, but I have the Ravens winning the game
Why?
because I just do. That's all I had to say.
We
Was
can't
I have
call
the
it.
Ravens winning the game.
I can't call
I
this shit
can.
no more. I can't call it no more. We're in a
I
weird
mean, the
world.
Bengals defense. The Bengals defense is pretty amazing. You get what I'm saying? But like, pretty amazing for what they're playing with. But I feel like the Ravens will find a way to pull it out or pull it off. Part of my mind.
Um, I'm going with the Bengals.
Whoa.
I'm going with the Bengals just because Lamar Jackson has been very upsetting to me, very disappointing. Apologies,
He got his
very
money.
disappointing most of this year.
He got his
And
money.
I don't think it's even him getting his money. It's just he's been very disappointed. The offensive line isn't what it is. He has the receivers around him. They're just not catching the ball. And then the teams are figuring him out. If he's not allowed to run, he's no good. Derrick Henry is getting he's still young, but he's getting up there. He's an older running back, but he's still young in the sense of he has a couple more years to really be all right. But yeah, I see the Bengals. I see this might be Joe Burrow's like make or
Last
break
shot.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of his last shots because the guard is changing. The
Mhm.
guard is changing. So the next game we have is Buffalo versus New England.
This is gonna be a game.
It is.
I'm not doing this.
You just said that. Keep going. What you were saying before. The Patriots is what?
The fact that they're this good is pissing me the fuck off. I did not see this happening. I did not see it. Like I didn't see it. The fact that they're this good, it's upsetting. It's
Uh,
very upsetting.
it's a Jets thing.
Shut up, Dre.
It's the Jets
Shut.
thing. I get it.
I mean, if the Patriots win this, they clinch the AFC East,
Mm-hmm.
and they look pretty good. But I don't know, man. I feel like this is. I know I said, and I have stood on this for a couple of
If
years.
you say something about Josh Allen, I'm about to get off this phone. Get off this thing.
He just announced that he was going to be a dad, so he's fitting to go super saiyan.
Here we go.
He's fitting to go super saiyan. I gotta hold on to one of them from this era. I mean, the Chiefs look
Trash.
the
Terrible.
line, So I gotta, Josh Allen, can you please for your friend, you
Wait, you
know?
said Super Saiyan. What the hell is Super Saiyan?
Super Saiyan.
Oh, what the fuck is that? Never heard of that before.
I'm sorry, I just got corrected by two nerds. Give me a break.
I didn't know what you were saying. That's all. I'm like, what the fuck is Super
I
Saiyan?
have a Brooklyn accent. All right, I was gonna say something Super Saiyan. Who the fuck says that? Super Saiyan. It's an A and an I, which means sigh. Duh.
Ice Queen on the court tonight.
Okay.
I got Buffalo.
Not by much.
Not by much.
I don't think by much. I think it can go either way.
I feel
Yo, if
like
this
if we
motherfucker don't win or go to the fucking Super Bowl this year, like, pack him the fuck up at this point. This is like one of maybe 3 times this nigga has a great fucking shot to make the fucking Super Bowl. If he don't make the fucking Super
This is
Bowl,
his best shot.
pack him the fuck up. I don't ever want to
This is
hear
his
Josh
best shot.
Allen ever again.
No, let me
Like,
tell you
what
something.
the fuck?
This is his shot. Because some other years you either had Mahomes and then you had that 1 year with Burrow. You get what I'm saying? This is your shot.
Pack him the fuck up. If he don't make the fucking
If
Super
they
Bowl,
don't make the Super Bowl
barring
this
a
year, pack him.
motherfucking injury,
I agree.
pack him
I
the
agree.
fuck up.
I
I'm
agree.
sick of Josh Allen. And I don't give a fuck if he's about to be a dad. Good, like, congratulations. Happy for you, but they ain't got nothing to do with what the fuck happens on the field. If you don't make the fucking Super Bowl, pack you the fuck up.
I agree.
I agree.
Matt,
I agree.
I agree.
I agree. There's facts. Those are
That's
facts.
Because this is the
There's
one
no
year we can't sit there and go, Kansas City is a sure thing. We can't even say Philly is a sure thing. None of the
no, because
powerhouse
Philly's looking
NFL
bad.
teams, none of the powerhouse NFL teams are looking like powerhouses this year.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what's so crazy, honestly? How bad the Eagles played on what was it? When did we record? Monday?
We played Monday. Yeah, we recorded Monday, and they played on Monday, and they whoo,
Dude, they
tomatoes.
look wow. They kept Jalen Hurts got intercepted like 100 times.
It was 3, right? It was like 3 times.
But like it was like back to back.
Yeah.
It was bad. He got intercepted, and I forgot who they played. It's already Friday. Then they got intercepted,
Was it
and then he got intercepted again.
the Chargers?
I think
It
it
was
was
the
the Chargers.
Chargers.
Yeah.
Who we just spoke about on that same day that the Chargers are
Mhm.
looking pretty good.
Very.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're looking pretty good.
All right.
Lions
Next.
Rams.
Now, the reason why I think this is a game to watch is because the Rams have been silently kicking everybody's ass.
Hate it so
Yeah, 'cause
much.
You're such a Matthew Stafford fucking hater. That's your problem.
Oh my gosh.
And there's really no
They
rhyme or
look
reason why you
really
hate him.
good. They look really good. I mean, Jared Goff has kind of a bone to pick with this team, and I really feel like the Lions are that team that you can't really sleep on.
Ever.
You get what I'm saying? You can never sleep on the Lions. I do think that this game, I lean more favorably towards the Rams in this one. You get what I'm saying? I believe they have a stronger chance of winning. I do think that the Lions are in a must-win situation because if they win this game, they have like a 75% chance of definitely making the playoffs. If they lose this game, that percentage drops down to like maybe like 45, 50, if that. So they're going into this game knowing that in order for them to win, to get into the dance, they have to buy their ticket, and buying their ticket is going to have to go through the Rams.
Yeah, The Rams have just been, man. I don't like giving Matthew Stafford credit, especially because he stole the Super Bowl from Joe Burrow. But um,
Not no. No, he didn't. Stop.
Yeah,
No, he
I
didn't.
agree.
Come
I
on.
agree.
Come.
I agree.
listen,
I agree.
we all saw the same game.
And it
It
wasn't a
was
steal.
it was a bullshit call
Here you go.
at the end of the game,
You're a
It was a
hater.
bullshit
and
I
then
call.
think I think you really don't like Matthew
Joe
Stafford.
Burrow was hurt. Joe Burrow got hurt at the end too. Like if Joe Burrow gets hurt, I can't control that. Whatever. But the call that kind of sent them back, bro, like, come on.
Can you believe
And
that the
yes,
NFC is the Packers to lose?
not
Right
really.
now, look like it.
Not really. I
And that's
mean,
granted, it's still an Eagles conference, right? But
is it though?
it's only because they're the defending Super Bowl champions. It's the only reason why I'm saying
Yeah,
that.
but nobody don't care about that.
I know I care about that. I give them the respect that they won, right? But with the way that the season's been playing out, I feel like you got like even though the Lions are like you said, you can't sleep on the Lions. Green Bay has kind of been consistent. The Rams have been consistent, and like I
What
want to
about the
say the
Seahawks?
Buccaneers too.
What about
Seahawks.
the Seahawks?
All right,
The Buccaneers
all
are
right,
a 500 team.
yeah, but I'm saying all right. I'm talking about the NFC as a whole. The NFC West,
That's what I'm
forget about
talking
it.
about.
It's between them two. Like of course,
And I'm talking about
Seahawks.
the NFC as a whole.
The NFC as a whole, I can't definitively say like yo, the Seahawks are the team to beat. I
To
can't.
me, I feel all roads. I mean, I'll be honest with you. The only three teams that have impressive records are the Packers, the Seahawks, and the Rams. And unfortunately, the Rams and the Seahawks are in the same division. So that makes the NFC West the most competitive division in the NFC. You get what I'm saying? Unfortunately, one of them have to be the number one seed, and one of them will have to be the wild card.
Yeah,
You
Yeah,
get what I'm saying? I do not. All right. Have the Packers been impressive?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Has Jordan Love and Micah Parsons and all these guys, are they a scary ass team?
yes,
Absolutely. But the NFC has four scary teams. The Seahawks could take you at any time.
Hmm.
mhm,
The Rams have been on a tear. I want to see what the Rams do against the Lions this weekend. I think that's my barometer of how close they are to the big dance. Because the Lions are a scary ass team too. And believe it or not, the Lions are one of the teams to be they are better than their record.
yeah. The third in their division though. That's
Yeah,
the thing
they're
that's
better than
fucking.
their record, you know?
Like the fact that Chicago has a better record than me, better than them is like, oh, like
Chicago's
you know what
been
I'm saying?
busting ass.
I know, but it's just like again, is what I'm saying. This whole season has been wacky, so it's like I don't really know where to go because every week like I said, I want to say like the only team that's really been consistent on the NFC is Green Bay. I want to say that, but not necessarily just Green Bay. Green Bay, the Seahawks, yes. The 49ers to a degree, right? I just feel like Green Bay has better standings as far as if we're going to talk about like playoff picture. I feel like they've been knocking on the door the last two seasons, and they kind of shocked everybody last season to a degree. So it's like maybe this is their coming out party, but then, like you said, you can't sleep on Detroit, but who is better than their record? But it's just like that record is gonna fuck them over in the long. Like
I
what
mean,
good is the record if you can't? You know, what
their
good is the
record did that.
team if your record might hold your ass out the playoffs?
Their record did that to them last year in the playoffs.
Yeah,
They were one of the world beaters, and then they got beat in the playoffs.
The
But
year
speaking of
before too, in a heartbreaking game against San Francisco, man.
man, San Francisco didn't deserve to win that game, but it's okay.
No, baby. No, baby.
Speaking of Green Bay, they're playing against the number one team in the AFC, the Denver Broncos, on Sunday.
Shout out to shout out to Bo.
I'm gonna go with Denver in this one.
Me too.
I'm going Green Bay.
Yeah, Green Bay is not a bad pick for that. Like,
Mhm.
you can go either way with this. Like, I believe, yeah, if Green Bay could, this is a wild weekend for football. If you really think about it, right?
There's so many
No,
implications.
this is the telling weekend. This is the
Yeah,
Yeah.
telling weekend. Yeah.
this is.
Shout out to
This,
Bo though. Bo been been doing his stuff thizzle.
Bo knows this and Bo knows that.
Boy, I give it like 5 years. I give it like 3 years. They're gonna be comparing him to Peyton or
Some
Tim
some of them
Tebow.
are doing it now. Some of
I
them are doing
know.
it now, and I'm just like,
I feel like he's Tim Tebow status right now.
That's fine. That's fine. But we to transition a little bit into something else, still staying on football, but a little bit more real life. In the news recently, the University of Michigan football coach Sherrone Moore was fired on December 10th, 2025,
Stupid
for
motherfucker.
inappropriate relations with a staff member.
Stupid
On this
motherfucker.
same day, he ends up being arrested due to many charges, some that stem from felony home invasion, third degree, misdemeanor stalking in a domestic relationship, misdemeanor breaking and entering without permission, and that's what they have so far, right?
She gripped it. So I tell you, that's what happened. She gripped it.
So,
He ain't never felt nothing like that before in his life. Either that,
This seems like this is usual behavior for him.
right,
Keep on going.
right. So,
she put that thing on him.
authorities allege Moore entered the women's residence after his dismissal, grabbed
See?
knives and scissors, and made
Yep.
Big butter knife.
a butter knife,
This
threatening
nigga.
statements about harming himself and telling her things like, "My blood is on your hands."
See? I told you. She put that thing on him. She wanted to leave, and he's like, "You leave, I'm gonna kill myself."
No,
After I
what ended
spread
up
it with some
happening?
butter.
Dre, put yourself on mute for a second. So what ended up happening was that he fired her on Monday, right? Allegedly. He allegedly let her go on Monday. But then at the same time, she alerted the authorities of the school that they had had an inappropriate relationship.
Damn.
So, yeah, this was his second season as the head coach of this team. They had a really impressive record. But he was officially fired with cause for inappropriate relationship with them. There was some rumors going around that a DoorDash delivery person had delivered a plan B to him, right? And then tipped off the university that something was wrong, which I think is so far fetched and everything. And mind your business. Like, it could have been for us, it could have been for anything if that is the case. But now, also to note, Moore is married with 3 children. And this is not the first time that he has been suspended. He was suspended in the past for sign stealing violations, as well as put him on mute too, as well as COVID related inappropriate recruitment. So some of the other things, this woman was his assistant, and allegedly he fired her on Monday. She came forward with proof of their relationship, which rendered him terminated effectively. I'm trying to think anything else that I may have missed, and I think he's currently in jail, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure if he was released.
As I'm looking through my notes, I see that, yeah, it doesn't say that he got out, but his bond was set at 25 grand.
Yeah.
with conditions including no contact with the alleged victim and wearing a GPS tracking device, regular mental health treatment, and remaining in Michigan. It's my problem is that we hear about too many of these stories in sports where people feel like they are above the program, right? People feel like they're above the program, and it just doesn't like you still have to be a genuinely good person to be out in these streets. Your power, your name, your title doesn't put you above everybody, and that's a problem that I have with sports and fame in general. Because a lot of people feel like once they're up there, famous, they can't do no wrong. They can do whatever they want, and that's not how life works. That's not how life works. So it's an unfortunate situation that we're going to continue to keep our eye on. But Tay,
It's more than unfortunate. It is disgusting. It is egregious. And, I'm not going to say, what his wife should and shouldn't do or anything like this. This is an embarrassment. This is a man who has two daughters. And he entered into an inappropriate relationship with a staffer who's younger than he is. I think he's like 39, 40 years old. This person is much younger. And well, the age is not really like the age is bad enough to me. Just an abuse of power over your subordinate. I'm hearing words that like he tried to force her to have an abortion. So this has been going on for a while now. And like you said, nobody's above the program. And if you do things that go against your violations as a coach, your violation as an employee, you deserve to be justifiably terminated. And another thing for me more is the blaming of her in this that he's doing. You ruined my life. As far as I'm concerned, it was two of you in a consensual relationship. Unfortunately for this young woman, she got into in an inappropriate relationship with a married man with children. You know, there is something to say about that as well. And I'm pretty sure it was obvious as hell that they were doing something wrong. But like you said, I agree with you 150%. This is something that's totally inappropriate. You had a job of a lifetime. The Wolverines are a well-known, well-storied, well-historied franchise. And you blew it, buddy. And it shows like your other two little suspensions show that you were a high risk hire. Unfortunately,
super high risk. Like
super
have
high risk.
like if he wasn't a part of Jim Harbaugh's staff when they won the national championship, if he wasn't if he wasn't connected to Jim Harbaugh at all, he wouldn't have got that job. He wouldn't have got that job. And it's insane to me to think that you held this woman's livelihood in your hands and things didn't work out. You fire her, and then karma hits you right back in the mouth, and then you get yourself fired as well. And
Yeah,
then you want to play victim and then like, oh, woe is me. I'm going to kill myself. And it's
I
just
do
like,
not feel bad. I feel bad for his wife
mm-hmm,
and his children and all of this. I'll be honest with you. I
mm-hmm,
feel worse for his wife and his children in
mm-hmm.
this. In a way, I don't even feel as bad for the consenting party, because if things had gone wrong, I feel bad for him pulling up to her crib and threatening her and all the stuff like that. To me, you have lost your goddamn mind. The problem with people is lack of accountability for their actions. People do things, they know exactly what they're doing, and they get mad at you for holding them accountable for their horrible and deplorable behaviors. You see, I'm no morality judge at all. I don't judge others. I don't want to be judged in my lifetime. But the thing is, when you do dirt in this world, right, chances are you get dirt in return. My mother always says this: when you do a crime, do it alone. When you do it with another person, chances are somebody gonna flip. So if you're not willing to do the right thing, because people are now coming out saying that he used to DM OnlyFans models, that he has an issue and all stuff like that. I don't want to hear none of that. I just feel like I hope that some of the more salacious details are curtailed a little bit for the dignity of his wife, who did not deserve this. And that's how I feel.
Absolutely. Matt, any thoughts, concerns about this?
Uh, unfortunate, but damn, bro, like you gotta know when to focus on the bag and when not to like let anybody get into like into jeopardy of your bag, and clearly that's what he did. Thing with being a man in power, you feel like you Teflon and you do and get away with the shit that you do, and that shit bites you on the ass. So now you caught up in the rapture, don't know what the fuck to do with yourself. So you feel like you could just scare somebody and threaten your life as in like that was going to do anything. Now you inside there eating the
What were
fucking.
you thinking?
I don't know. I really don't. Like
Like, to me, it's what were you thinking? What were you thinking? What were you thinking?
I think he was thinking about that one time she did that thing with her tongue. That's probably what it was. What? Sorry. I gotta relax. I gotta relax.
I do think that, and this is why I've been big in general. I'm never dating somebody who I work with front facing. You never know what can happen, and you never know how stuff can affect you. Even when I was a supervisor, like I no, ooh, mm-mm,
Is that why he
ooh.
fired her though?
We
Because
don't know the
we
too
don't
much
we
of
don't
the
know
details.
we don't know why, but it seems more like something happened between them. This is what it looks like, right? Allegedly, it seems like something happened between them. He holds the power. Hey, unfortunately, we got to let you go, and boom.
That's
I
it
don't have
felt,
no fury like a woman
it
scorn.
felt no hell has no fury like a man scoring. This all started with him.
No, I believe you.
This
I
Now,
all
feel like
started with him.
now
There's no,
here's
you don't know what, like we said. Let me tell you something. He could have just been done with her. His wife could have been finding out. He
mhm,
probably wanted her. There's whispers about, oh, the Plan B situation, the abortion situation. So
mhm.
it's like you go to somebody. The thing is, you don't learn. You fire them. You get fired 2 days later, and then you show up to their house. Are you not thinking? No, obviously not. No.
He's not thinking at all. Like
that nigga lost everything. He ain't getting that, but
he
lost his family, his
he lost
job, and his mistress.
We
everything,
don't know
bro.
about his wife. His wife might stay.
Bro, he
But
he got arrested at her house, didn't he?
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Some wives have stayed for more.
Good point. Good point.
it's a ridiculous situation that should have never happened in the first place. Like, and if I'll tell people this, right? Because in previous jobs, previous places of employment, I've seen people date each other. What I tell people when it was come to my attention, make sure it don't affect your money. Make sure it don't affect your money. If you're doing something that's going to affect your money, you shouldn't be doing it.
I agree.
Because at the end of the day, unemployment don't pay nothing.
No,
Unemployment pays pennies, right? And
no.
if you get offed because of a relationship at work, and that goes around to the next potential employer, you're done. You're done. I say this, right? If nothing happened, right? If he never fired her and somebody some way found out,
It would have been just as bad.
it would have been just as bad, but it would have been an Ime
Not to
Udoka
this, they would
situation.
have to they would have to prove it.
It would have been an Ime Udoka situation where everybody found out and everybody hushed up for a while about the situation between them, and eventually he would have got his job back, and now nobody's talking about it anymore.
But I think the difference I think this person was his direct assistant, which makes it worse somehow, some way.
Which makes it worse. Which makes it worse. But moving on from there. There was something that I posted online about women's intuition. Here it is. It's your boy, the Wise Brother, aka Big Baby. Y'all know the rest. And I have a question for the ladies, and this is not red pill content. This is a serious question that I've heard before online, and I want to ask the people who follow me and the people who know me, and I just want a solid answer, right? Women's intuition, right? What is women's intuition, and how does it work, right? Because we see a lot of things online saying that women's intuition only works when a man does something wrong to them. But does it work when a woman does something wrong to a man? What I mean by that is if a man is upset at you, does that woman intuition kick in the same way as it does if a man does something wrong to a woman? It's a serious question. I'm so serious about it. I really want to know. Please let me know down below in the comments. From that video, Tay, I want to get the woman's opinion first. What is women's intuition and how does it work? That's question one.
Yeah. Okay. So women's intuition. All right. Neuroscientists believe that women are thought to have thought. Women are known to have quick thinking, intuitive type of thought formation when they're coming to making a decision. It comes from, I would say, the right side of their brain that really speaks about you know tone, the situation instead of logic and reason, which to me isn't correct mostly because I feel like more women I know are more logical than the men that I know as well. It's been a myth to me that men are better at math and physics and stuff and women are better at English and blah 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 blah. But needless to say, it is a unspoken gut feeling. And you guys got to put yourselves on mute because I can't hear anything. I keep hearing static on both ends. So, women's intuition is basically a gut feeling, and 90% of nine, I would say 95% of the time, the gut feeling upon hearing information, your first natural reaction to that information that you're hearing is like your inner voice telling you whether what you're hearing is bullshit or what you're hearing is factual. I'd like to identify my intuition as my superpower. It is the one that protects me the most. As you guys have always heard me say, I trust my gut. When I get a gut feeling about something, I am seldom wrong. So when I hear of a woman talking about their intuition, sometimes when a woman has shown her intuition to their partner, avoid this place. Avoid that. 99% of the times they are correct. And I always tell people this: if it doesn't come to me in my intuition, in my gut, it comes to me in my dreams. And that is a Black woman superpower, 100%. So that's how I define women's intuition.
Okay. That all makes sense. Now, the question that I've seen online was some of it was in some red pill content, for the most part. But again, we don't do red pill content here, nor will we ever. But a lot of the guys were saying that women's intuition doesn't work when it comes to knowing that there's something wrong with your man. I don't necessarily agree with that. But Matt, your thoughts on women's intuition and from a man's vantage point, how do you see women's intuition?
uh, damn, I don't know how to answer that. I really don't. I don't know. Sometimes I think it's like something that women use as like I don't know how to really answer this, bro. I really don't. I'm not gonna lie to you because I can't speak on behalf of women and their intuition in a sense. As far
Women use it for what?
as their like a confidence thing is like a reassurance to their own thoughts. Half of the time, it doesn't necessarily. Y'all feel like it's always right. I don't. I would need more proof on that.
Hmm.
But like, oh, they'll like that. It's like a reassurance to their original thought. I guess I don't. For some reason, I don't play too much into it. More or less, it's like I don't go off of women's intuition. Like I need more facts behind something before I can
That
really.
explains a lot.
Yeah. So I guess yeah, it does.
Explains a lot.
So
I can't answer that really. I can't.
for me to answer, being growing up with women in the household, like growing up around three women. From what
Every time you make a negative comment about women, your hairline goes back another fucking centimeter.
so to me, from what I've seen,
Wait, hold on. What negative comment did I make?
Said it wasn't factual.
It is neat.
You mean to tell me you never had a woman, right?
Hmm.
Tell you don't trust that person, leave that person alone, don't fuck with this, something with no explanation. Let me tell you how I know that's bullshit. Almost every time I've given you guys advice about something, I have I may not have all the facts, right? But almost anytime you brought me something, I told you what it was from my gut, right? And I have been right. You've never had, it doesn't even have to be a wifey, it doesn't even have to be a girlfriend, it could be a cousin, it could be your homegirl, it could be your best friend, it could be whatever. You never had your homegirl or somebody who love your siblings or whatever say, yo, don't fuck with this, don't go there, don't do
It's
this.
mainly
You
you.
know,
It's only
right?
you. I don't really, but like again, I as far as like who to mess with and who not to mess with, I don't typically go to people to be like, oh, should I mess with this person or whatever. You're the only one that has ever came to me like, yo, leave that chick alone. Something off about her. So as far as like the women's intuition thing, you're partially the only one that I've ever really heard refer to your women's intuition. Anybody
Because I
else?
demand to be heard.
Yeah, but nobody else. I've never really had that type of like foundation of a conversation to know if it was accurate or not. Because some women have used like, oh, my women's intuition is this motherfucker's cheating. That nigga sleep. He
That's
ain't
their
even cheating.
insecurity.
But that's what I'm saying. Now you
That's
see what I'm saying. Sometimes
no,
it's just some women use that as like a boost to their reasoning of fucked up ass thoughts
the
sometimes.
negativity.
And yeah, and it doesn't always play true. Like I can get
or
if you're judging a character from the outside looking in there, I can understand that. But some can be in their situation and their insecurity is leading their women's intuition. And it
I
don't
think
necessarily be it.
I get what you're saying with that, but I don't think that it's a. I think that that reflects more of a disconnect between the relationship than somebody's intuition. When you're in a romantic situation, you are at your most vulnerable
Yeah.
because when it comes to friends, you're not being intimate with friends. You know, it's a different type of intimacy, a different type of respect, and blah 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 blah. And I believe with a lot of women, why, and I think Dre, you were alluding to this in your question. And I'm going to let you say your piece after I say this, just responding just to Matt. I believe that sometimes because we don't know how to love each other in our languages, right? Things go into disarray. And when you're not connecting with your partner mentally, emotionally, or whatever, or you're not creating a safe space for each other to be able to be vulnerable, your intuition is ruled by the disconnection and not the connection that you feel with your partner. For me, I do agree that there is a hard time for a lot of women to know when their men is truly struggling. I don't think that it's not that they know. They don't that it's not that they don't know. They don't know how to either they don't know how to help or you're already so disconnected because of your actions when you push someone away. When you push someone away far enough, they will stay there.
Yeah.
you're right. You're right.
Men and woman alike. And everything in between. You know?
Every
100%. 100.
hundred
Yes.
100%.
100%.
You know,
100%.
Yes.
And I
Yeah.
don't. I think it's that either you don't, either you're so disconnected or you don't care. It's very. Let me tell you, and I hate to say, I don't know if it's because I'm like really connected to the people who I love because I try to love you in your language, right? And it may not be synonymous with the way that I receive love. So it's really hard. And men, for the most part, do have a hard time opening up when they don't feel safe or when you weaponize, honestly, because people do this, when you weaponize the past against them, when you weaponize certain situations, or you know what's another thing women do too that's a little off too, they may not be mad about the situation at hand as much as they are about an unresolved situation. So the reaction that you're getting now is a mix of the unresolved situation coming to light in this, which is already going to create a defensive barrier between you and your partner. And it looks bad that you guys are looking at your phones as I'm speaking facts.
No, I was looking at my notes, getting ready.
Yeah. But Dre, what were you gonna say? Because I think it's really important because you asked the question, and I was confused
Mhm.
about the second part of the question because I don't follow any of the red pill content because I feel like it's done by men who really hate women, and I do think that I think guys are being influenced because women are. This is the first real generation of women who don't have to date men out of necessity. We date men because we're mentally ill.
What is the red pill?
Being
Because
a straight woman, to be honest with you, is my biggest mental illness.
okay, I asked the question. What's the red pill conversation? Or
It's
what is
like
that?
the bro content that'll get online and say things like the stuff that we talk about all the time, like oh they call like Clay Thompson a simp or they call Russell Wilson a simp. That's on like the more the hotep side of it, and then you have more guys like oh well if she doesn't accept a coffee date or walk around the park date for the first date, then she's a gold digger, even though most of the women I know make more money than the men that they're with. But I think that they get a lot of viewership right at this point because there is such thing as a male loneliness epidemic that's happening because a lot of women are tired of putting up with a lot of the bare minimum when it comes to dating. The dating pool right now has it's been at its worst. I don't even think it was this bad during COVID. People just don't have the patience for it. And that red pill content is a lot about toxic masculinity.
Mhm.
Like for me, I don't think I'm not against masculinity as I am not against femininity. I just feel like we are in a space now where men are they feel attacked even though everything in society is still going their way. And it's insane. And then you have the pick Mishas and the Barbara the builders out there putting out well, you can't call it red pill content. What do you call it? Uh, get the sense of it.
I've never heard. I wouldn't even know.
Um, oh my God, what's it called?
Okay,
Suppository.
anti-feminists and men's right
Look,
communities. Okay.
suppository content when they talk about this stuff and how we are too hard on men and all this stuff like that. Go
So
ahead, Jerry. I'm sorry because I
no,
feel
you're
passionate
good.
about
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. Because just to follow up on the red pill content stuff, we have people that we have known in our circle that in our previous circle that have kind of lived on that red pill content side to where
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
right. So it's wicked because I say it like this, right? And this is not being a simp or anything like that. You can say what you want. I don't give a fuck, right? Tupac said this the best. We came from a woman. Why do we hate our woman? And I understand people are a lot of people just say, and I'm gonna censor myself when I say this. A lot of people are like straight up and just they say what they say whatever, and this is on both sides and the middle of the fence. Like everybody says a lot of things about opposite the opposite genders, and it just doesn't make sense, right? You have the people who are like just like the men are like, yeah, all women are hoes, and then you have the women, all guys are dogs, and it's just like, what? How can you, like? I get everybody's experience is different, but just because your experiences have been like this doesn't mean the rest of the population is like that. Because if all guys are hoes or all girls are hoes, what are your family members? Your family members out here as hoes? The men in your life is dogs. The women in your life is hoes. I don't know. Like I could never think like that. Like I can't imagine me going to one of y'all and being like, mm, hoe, dog. Like I couldn't do that, right? I can't do that. But in terms of women intuition, to piggyback on what Matt said, I've heard a lot of women, and I'm never going to say all women, but a lot of women use what Matt has said as when they say women's intuition as a
To
as
feed
a
the insecurity.
yeah, not to feed their insecurity, but as a wall for their insecurities, and that makes the word sound that makes those two words, women's intuition, sound crazy, because for those type of people, that's where the question comes up about, oh, so does your woman intuition only work when when you're feeling bad about something, or does your woman intuition kick in when you know your man is mentally struggling with something, or y'all bond is not working like that together,
But you want to hear
right?
something crazy?
Mm.
It's not hard to tell when a man is down. Like you can, like, I don't understand why everybody treats it like it's Chinese arithmetic.
So let me tell you before you get into that real quick, right? For women, and I'm not speaking for all women. For women who pay attention to their man, sometimes us as men could act completely regular and shield it. Matt, we literally seen. Let's be for real, right? I'm not putting your business out in the street. Yeah, I'm not put. We're not gonna put everybody's business. I'll use me as an example, right? I was unhappy most of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
I was unhappy most of 2020. Me and you spoke at the end of 2020 when I came to your house and we spoke. We
Yeah.
spoke. But most of 2020, I was unhappy. And unfortunately, in the particular situation I was in, because I was moving as if nothing was wrong, my partner
But
didn't
the thing
know.
is, I knew.
Right. You know,
But
we're
before you
men.
even,
We
before
know.
Different.
before
It's
we
It's
even,
different.
different. It's
No,
different.
it's different. It's
It's different.
different.
We
but
know.
I want to say Tavia knew too. Even though we didn't talk about it, it was just like,
You
Tavia,
talked
Tavia,
about it.
we talked about it with Tay. We talked about it with Tay. We talked about the things that were bothering us with Tay, right? But the reasons why we didn't talk about what was bothering us in our particular situations, because we didn't feel like it was a safe space. So if we don't feel like it's a safe space, we're gonna just walk with the shield up, pretend like nothing is wrong, and we'll talk to each other about it, which is what ended up happening.
so
Because
can we
you
hold them accountable and tell them why it doesn't feel like the safe space? Because it's not just the relationships that we were in at that
yeah.
time. This kind of lingers in other relationships going forward, and
Hmm.
it kind of becomes the disconnect between men and women in
It's
general.
patterns and
It's
habits.
Patterns and
yeah.
habits.
So off rip, the man's job in a relationship is to protect, provide, and and with withhold that safe space for their their significant other, their woman, right? Now, because in our dynamic of growing up, we're not supposed to show any feelings. We're not supposed to appear weak. We're not even supposed to express our feelings, right? But public public perception is it's okay for men to speak, right? Especially if you're in your relationship. But the thing that everybody seems to not pay attention to, but men know, and we all kind of unite on that one thought. When we express how we feel to our woman, they tend to take over that. And It's not about what you feel anymore. It's about how she feels about what you're feeling.
Yeah, because you guys be with some self-centered bitches. That's what happens too. Because at the end, I'm just gonna be real with you. Because at the end of the day, it goes back to what I was saying. If there
Mm-hmm.
is a disconnect between how you give and receive love and how you give and receive attention, it goes wrong in both ways. Because I am more, when it comes to me, I normally keep my issues close to the chest. And the thing is, that has been a problem in my relationships more than the vice versa. I have
Mm-hmm.
been in relationships of full-fledged people who I was struggling with depression, struggling, and they were right with me and did not notice because I wanted the gold in trauma surviving Olympics, and
But you want to hear something weird about that? Me and Dre always know what's something wrong with you. We always know.
we have a different we have a different
Yeah.
dynamic. You guys are my brothers, so you're gonna. My thing is, I would open, like, there's things I've opened up to you guys about that I don't even open up about to my other women friends. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I talk to you guys, there's a trust there, there's a dynamic there, and there's no ego. And because a lot of times people don't care that you're going through stuff. Half
Mm-hmm.
the time they're happy you're going through it.
Yeah.
Secretly, let's be real here. But I believe that the problem is there's a disconnect in how we give and receive love and the emotional intelligence and such. A lot of times it happens because you're not really ready to be in these relationships that you put yourself in because you have not done the work on yourself to heal through those traumas that have caused you to wither up, to not be able to experience black boy joy, to not be able to feel like a man in your home and in your skin because you feel, because society has emasculated you, and society has emasculated men more than their woman ever could. So a lot
Yeah.
of times you're not even fighting your woman on that. You're fighting to be seen by society and have that validation. If you don't have that validation already, anything your woman says sounds like a defense mechanism. Sounds like she's trying to take over your problem when she's really trying to love you through your problem. If she cares. Because there's people out there that just do not give a fuck. And that's
Yeah,
the of life.
and that goes back into women's intuition versus a woman's insecurity. Where as I said, some use it as as a shell to hide their insecurities, but there are women out there who actually know, hey, I know you're not good. I can feel it. I've dealing with specific people. I know who knows something that's going on, and I know who's being insecure about it.
Yes.
And I'm talking about dating wise.
Yes.
I like the one woman in my life who has 100% success rate outside of Tay in terms of their intuition is my mother.
I'm in love. Yeah. Yeah.
My mother's intuition about things has never been wrong. My mother told me a couple times, "Hey, stop hanging out with certain people. Something bad is going to happen." I've been jumped multiple times for hanging out with select people or being in places I wasn't supposed to be in, knowing that my mother said, "Hey, don't be over there." Not because she completely knew the area or whatever was going on. She just had the feeling. She had the feeling. My mother knows when something is off, right? Like like she knows all the time when something is off. So in terms of that, I'll have nothing bad to say about women's intuition because I know there are women out there who actually know,
Hella
like
intuitive. My mother is
hella
always.
intuitive.
Let me say something about my mother. I may not like her tone with things, but my mom's is right. 99% of the time my mother tells me something,
Hmm.
it's the tone that I don't like, but it's the message that is factual.
It's
And
the message. Yep.
it's message. And the thing is too, I think that it comes with a lot of emotional intelligence. And the only way you can go through this, and like I said, and it's unfortunate that men think that they only have to protect and provide, which are two very important parts of a relationship. Let's not get it twisted. But in turn, protecting and providing is a masculine trait, but there's a way that a woman wants to protect the safety of her man as well, and that is the women's intuition. You get what I'm saying? And provide the peace.
Yep. I'm about to say protect and provide the
The
safe,
peace.
the peace and the safe space. Be,
Yes.
because as men, we know this 100%. When we are at our most peaceful, our partners get the best version of us. The
It
best.
depends on the man
It
because
depends.
it
Depends on
depends
the
on the
man.
man because if a lot of these men be fighting in the wars with themselves
Hmm.
and then bringing them into these relationships, and these women are casualties. Like these people are casualties in your war against yourself.
I can say this, and I can say this, and we can lead this into the next episode. I have been a proprietor of fighting mental wars with myself and women that I was dealing with being the casualties of that.
Yes.
And
Be
and
self
I, I
sabotager.
take I self sabotage a couple times, and I've made peace with those people and explained like just for the simple fact that I'm big on accountability. Everybody who knows me knows I'm gonna hold myself accountable before I say anything crazy about the next person.
But can you hold yourself accountable if you really don't see the full picture of everything? It's hard to hold yourself accountable too. It
Hmm.
is hard because hindsight is always 2020, right?
Hmm.
And if you know you didn't want to be in this situation anyway, and it got that point where you didn't want to be there in December 3rd, you are
Hmm.
just as accountable as any. I don't think we fully hold ourselves accountable. I think that's what the problem is.
Yeah, I think accountability is a word that people say, but not everybody can completely live by it because people use accountability to an extent. Like people will be like, I hold myself accountable, but just to up to right here, which it shouldn't be that way. But
No, I hold myself accountable, but you did this. Accountability isn't pointing outward, it's always pointing inward too. They be like, well, damn, yeah, you can't say I'm holding myself accountable for my actions, but you know what? You did this and you did that. So it's weird on both ends.
it's definitely weird on both ends, and I feel like
Yeah.
next episode I
Yeah.
definitely want to get into that self sabotage and accountability for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That's a big thing. And I think that has been my biggest problem with people. And when it comes to like friendships and stuff like that, the lack of accountability. When you be out here like doing some fucked up stuff to people, legit, legit, and killing people's self esteem and making them not want to love again, that is cruel. That is cruel. And like you said,
Knowingly doing it,
and knowingly doing it. There's a difference because there are men out there who generally don't know what they want, but it's the bums who don't know what they want and will drag you to hell with them. And because they don't know what they want, they know they don't want you.
but you know,
Do the bare minimum to keep you.
people. I feel like a lot of people just love the idea of people and not
You
the
know,
actual person. But we'll sit on. We can sit on that, and that'll be a
that's the
whole.
story of my life.
Yes,
That's the
yes.
story of my life with these people. They love the idea of me, but they want to humble me and all the stuff like this. Like, if you don't have the materials to upkeep this, why are you bothering me? Get out my face.
Don't tell them kiss your ass the long way though. That's kind of crazy.
No, that's what they want to do, and they're not going to do that.
But
Period.
that is a wrap for the Euro Sports
We
Show.
didn't talk
Follow.
about the Emirates Cup.
Oh, we definitely didn't talk about the
So we can
Emirates
take
Cup.
5 minutes and talk about the fact that the Knicks and the Magic is going against each other tomorrow. And if the Knicks don't knuckle the fuck up, right? Because the
Uh-huh.
Magic made them look like punks last weekend. Not gonna hold you, right? Um, so we have the Knicks versus the Magic, and then OKC versus who?
Spurs? Was it the
San
Spurs?
Antonio. San
San
Yeah.
Antonio.
Antonio, who had the ugliest Emirates court floor of all time. I couldn't even pay attention to the game because I felt like I was having an acid trip. I felt like I had just walked into Studio 54 and they played Ring My Bell and I took a line of cocaine. I have never
Oh
done
shit.
any of those things. I've never done a line of cocaine. I've never stepped into the Studio 54. But looking at that floor, that gray, that battleship gray, it gave me the human equivalent of whatever it is that felt like. So I just
That is
have to put that out there.
that is hilarious. But for in terms of who's gonna win, I feel like the Magic are a good team. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like the Knicks are a better team. The Knicks have all of the pieces. The Knicks have been having a decent season this year. I can't sit here and act like they're not. I'm not. I'm not. For the second year in a row, I'm not being the Knicks hater. I'm not being the Knicks hater. I'm being real about the Knicks. The Knicks, perfect
Isn't the
opportunity.
Miami Heat 0-50 right now or something like that?
See why they have doing this? I'm not doing it. I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing.
Even though,
You
let me
got
say something.
You know what?
I have to be completely honest.
Hmm.
I am a diehard Knicks fan.
You are.
I am a low key Knicks influencer on TikTok.
You absolutely
we
are. Yeah.
see. We see. Yeah.
You saw that my outfit inspired other outfits,
Yes.
which I wish I got credit for that because you know
You know.
pay me my dividends. Um, but the Knicks year to me so far has been lackluster.
Mm.
Can't win on the road. Should have aggravated the
It
shit
has
out of you.
been lackluster, given the fire that they had the last season and the way that you know this is supposed to be. I mean, granted, none of the Eastern Conference teams look great. Let's be real here too. Now, let me
Detroit
tell you
does.
what. Yeah, but Detroit looked good last year too. The Knicks stole that series. Period. They
Man,
the absolute like skin on their teeth, right?
Yeah, they
Let
did.
me
Yeah.
tell you, but they look okay. Like, all right, if OKC doesn't win a championship this year, they will be a bust. Not a bust. This season will be a bust. You get what I'm saying? Like
absolutely,
that's how I feel about it, right?
absolutely.
There's no team on the East, Knicks included, and it breaks my heart to say this because I started this season like, you know what? Maybe because we kept most of the core quad to get the squad together, that we had like a fighting chance, right? To be that team in the East. We are that team in the East, but it means nothing if OKC is the Monstars. So getting back to the Emirates Cup, right? My take is it's going to be Knicks versus OKC in the finals, with OKC winning the Emirates Cup. I might be there. This might be the only time that the Knicks hold any type of championship trophy in the finals in my lifetime.
They. Oh no, sorry, my fault. I was going to say they got to the Eastern Conference Finals, but you know what
I'm
happened
talking
there.
about a finals. And then you know what? Fuck the
Fuck
Pacers
you.
forever. And Tyrese Halliburton is still corny.
I
Everybody
agree
make
with
it seem
him
like
being.
Indiana's
I
gonna be
agree with him
trash.
being
They not
corny,
trash.
but
They still got the same core team. They just missing Miles. That's it.
That was a big hit.
that's a
Yeah, it
big ass
was.
trade for them.
It
That
was.
was like. I mean, not a trade. I'm sorry. That's a big ass loss for them.
That was
Yeah,
a
it
Because
big
was.
ass loss for them.
But my
the
thing
turn.
is, I feel like the Knicks are so fucking. They're not focused on what they need to be focused on. Why? Because of this fucking Giannis shit that's in the air.
I don't think that. Let me. Can I be honest too? I just don't want to see them do what they did with Carmelo. I mean, blow up the team in the middle of the season and make a season a wash. I think that you wait. I'm sorry.
They don't have to blow it up. They'll give him Cat. They'll give him Cat and probably Mikal Bridges and like a pick, or they'll probably just give
Yeah,
Cat and
but
some picks.
Mikael Bridges is a big core piece to why the
He
defense
is.
is as good as it is.
He
Because
is.
Mitchell Robinson, he was injured the first part of the season, and then you have OG that was on and off injured. You have Hart that was on and off injured. You get what I'm saying? Like Giannis, to me, I don't. Brunson does not play like a true point guard at all, and I think that's the problem. What I notice about Brunson, there's a lot. He creates a lot of congestion with the ball. He dribbles until it's 10 seconds to go on the shot clock, and then he throws an errant pass or makes an errant shot. Cat is way more productive. To be honest with you, I feel like Cat is a really good fit for this team. He does not get the big man calls because he's not graceful in his flop.
at all, at all. But also, he's one of those players where I think the refs, it's like he's below the line for like a superstar, right?
He doesn't
And
get the calls
yeah, he's not going to get the calls, but he's one of those players who argues with the refs
every
entirely
single time.
too much, entirely too much, and it's like, but also, you know what happens when you're a big man that doesn't play in the paint most of the time? You're not going to get the benefit of the doubt. You're not going to get the benefit of the doubt. As long the whole Jalen Brunson thing not being a true point guard thing, I completely agree. But this goes back to your point from what you've been saying since the beginning of the podcast. The NBA is totally different now to where the game is positionless, right? If a lot of these teams had point guards that actually wanted to pass the ball and actually play like playmakers, we'll see a different way of the game being played. But because the point guard has to be the head of the snake and also should probably be one of your primary scorers, the way the game is now, it you end up with how the league is now. Like I said, the league was down in views the past however many years. They got the most watched finals in a long time with this one, which because both the teams are virtually the same team. One was just a better version of the other team.
Yeah, but I think that it
But,
was it was a Knicks effect. I think
mhm.
that because the Knicks were playing exciting basketball at the time, that's the reason why. I think I give all credit to the Knicks for that boom because New York was buzzing during that time, and that when New York basketball does good, the league does good too.
When New York is a high 50% out of the 100% excitement of the league, New York takes 50% of that. The Lakers take a percentage of that, like 25%, and then there's everybody else. There's everybody else. But we'll have to see. I think OKC continue to runs the gauntlet this year. They
Did they beat the record?
That's the thing.
No,
That's the thing.
and I
Now,
don't care about that.
yeah, they don't care about it either. They just happen to be a really good team that nobody has an answer for. They just happen to be a really good team. It's like that Warriors team that went 73 and 10, 73 and 9.
Nah. Mhm.
There was no answer for that team until they got to the finals. Like until they got into the finals. Matt, it was 7 games, Matt. I can understand. I can understand if they went 0-4 and they
Bro,
was getting
come
all the
on.
calls, bro.
Come
But
on, bro.
this is pre KD, bro. Harrison
Come on,
Barnes, bro.
man.
Harrison Barnes, bro.
Come on, man.
Harrison
Come on,
Barnes.
man.
Harrison
Be
Barnes.
honest. Be
Harrison Barnes and
honest.
KD. Yes. Oh, you
Be
want the honesty?
honest.
Yes. Okay. The Cavaliers wouldn't have won the series if Draymond wasn't trying to hit niggas in the dick. Look
Here
at
we
this.
go.
Look at this.
Yeah.
It's okay, bro. It's okay. We'll take off LeBron. Will take his feel good story into the sunset, knowing that he beat the best team of all time.
That's the only
Absolutely.
thing I got on. That's the only thing I got for him.
And then KD came and just trounced him the 2 years after that. Oh man.
Straight embarrass him in the same spot.
And same spot 2 years in a row. I
Same
was like,
fucking
Jesus
spot.
Christ, bro. You
Yo,
can't make
the
this shit
same,
up.
the same fucking spot. And I'm sitting here like, yo, there was. I felt like that was KD's get back from that OKC finals.
I just read your message.
Yeah.
Oh man. But that listen, from the queen to the other queen, that y'all have that, you know,
Mhm.
that other queen can feel you saying that actually right now. You're probably gonna get a text message like but that is a wrap officially for the Euro Sports Show. Shout outs to my crew here, BK Matt, Queen Tay. Again, we still have a lot of good things coming up going into the new year. Follow us on our social media platforms at the Euro Sports Show on everything. Follow Matt. I
What does
forget.
the hood Johnny Lovely even mean?
Right.
You ain't never seen Proud Family? You remember Johnny Lovey?
With the big quaff in the front?
I don't remember the quaff in the front, but the fact that he was perfect at everything, he did everything. Like like everywhere he walked, you had you had Pappy singing a song like Johnny Lovely,
I
that
really
shit.
remember, but mind you, when the Proud Family came out, I was already like
I'm gonna
almost a.
send you the episode.
All
I'm
right,
gonna
send it to
send you
me.
the episode. That was my shit, bro. Johnny Lovely was my nigga, bro.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm about to do,
I
Matt?
need to.
I'm gonna need you to send me a perfect like regular picture of yourself just looking into the camera, and then let me do the rest. Like, just
Wow.
let me do it. I have a picture for you, Tay, that you're gonna like too. That I just made. But again, follow us on all our social media platforms. Me at the Wise Brother, BK Matt. Just look up BK Matt. Follow the Queen at your own risk. But but for everybody here at the Earth Sports Show,
Follow me
it
on
is
TikTok. On TikTok
yes. What is your TikTok?
at Tavia Regina.
Follow at Tavia Regina
Oh
on
no, it's the
TikTok.
hood Johnny Lovely.
For BK Matt, for Queen Tay, it is your boy, the Wise Brother, Big Baby, signing off. Peace.
Hi, everyone. This is Tim Kitzrow from NBA Jam. And if your speakers are heating up, that means you're listening to the Your Sports Show. They're on fire. Boom shakalaka. Available on all streaming platforms. Come on.